Welcome to CBA News Brief with me, Wangui Ngugi. Delegates are gathering in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, to attend the first major conference on internet freedom in Africa. The four-day forum was being hosted by the Ethiopia Ministry of Innovation and Technology and the Collaboration on Internet Policy for East and Southern Africa. In his remark at the forum, Ethiopia's State Minister of Innovation and Technology, Jemal Beker, said Ethiopia recognizes the importance of building an inclusive digital economy. He added that digital transformation presents a significant opportunity for Ethiopia to transform and communicate with other digital economies. Ethiopia is selected to host the forum for its unprecedented political and economic reforms. These have included the release of thousands of prisoners from jail, announcing plans to liberalize the telecommunication, aviation and transportation sectors, and dropping charges against many opposition leaders, bloggers and activists. This year's Forum on Internet Freedom in Africa will be among recent strategic conferences in Ethiopia related to broadening the range of freedoms enjoyed by citizens online and offline, such as the World Press Freedom Day commemoration last May. Meanwhile, some online activists have pointed out the irony of holding it in a country which often witnesses internet shutdowns. These disruptions have affected both mobile network and fixed-line internet services. Many people in Ethiopia remain offline as just 15% of the population benefits from regular and reliable access. However, digital rights activists in Ethiopia see the conference as a milestone and an opportunity to raise their concerns. Somalia's President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmaajo has held a meeting with the President of the World Bank, David Malpass, in New York. In a Twitter post, Villa Somalia said President Farmaajo discussed with the leader on recovery and financial reforms. According to the post, the leader of the International Money Lending Institution lauded the reforms achieved by the Somalia government. Villa Somalia said on Twitter that His Excellency the President, Mohamed Farmaajo, appreciates the World Bank's acknowledgement of Somalia's commendable financial reforms and has assured the leadership that the country will build on ongoing economic recovery to transform other key areas for Somalia's overall transformation. On his part, World Bank President David Malpass said on Twitter that he had an encouraging conversation at the United Nations General Assembly with Somalia's president, and it is encouraging to see that Somalia is focused on growth and entrepreneurship. He added that he looks forward to further progress on telecommunication reforms, mobile banking projects and anti-corruption efforts. President Farmaajo also held fruitful discussions with the acting managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Mr. Lipton, on Somalia's economic reforms under SMP4. In other news, Jubbaland Regional State of Somalia has announced the postponement of its regional leader's inauguration ceremony. The ceremony was earlier slated for Thursday, 26 September. A letter from Kismayo cited the federal government's move to block dignitaries from attending the event as the main stumbling block. Ahmed Badobe's inauguration ceremony was postponed to an unspecified date. Part of the letter issued read that Jubbaland's regional state of Somalia informs the dignitaries and international community representatives that the inauguration ceremony of the state leader was postponed. And the statement further said the unlawful suspension of flights by the government had impacted on the residents of the state. The Ministry of Aviation had on Monday directed the suspension of all flights to Jubbaland State from 23rd till 26th September. Former President Sheikh Sharif Ahmed was affected by the directive as his plane was blocked up at Aden Abdullah International Airport. He later accused the government of violating the constitution by restricting the movement of citizens. And now to international news. Jacques Chirac, the former French president, has died on Thursday at the age of 86. His son-in-law said in a statement that he died surrounded by his family peacefully. The French National Assembly observed a minute's silence in his memory. He served as prime minister twice before becoming president in 1995. He served until 2007, becoming the second longest serving president in post-war France. He also spent 18 years as the mayor of Paris. He was described as energetic, engaging, and passionate for power. His career was marked by policy changes, which won him the nickname the Chameleon Bonaparte. For instance, he once vehemently opposed the European Union before championing it. In the international arena and locally, he won widespread support for his opposition to French involvement in the Iraq War. During his 12 years as president, Chirac ended compulsory military service, stood firm against the increasingly popular far-right, and was the first president to acknowledge that France's Vichy regime had assisted the Nazis in World War II. Thank you for watching CBN News in Brief. Join Abdullahi Hassan later tonight for the longer version of the news with more details.